over here to the HX studio to be part of an exciting discussion that we're having right now. We are going to be talking industry trends with the CEO of a brand management company and ownership group and the leading industry association, all on one stage. Hello to all of you, and we'll do some quick introductions here. We have Katherine Lugar, President and CEO of AH&LA. Happy to have you with us.
Thank you.
Jeff Bellotti, President and CEO of Wyndham Worldwide. You're now a friend of the HX studio.
Thanks for having me back here.
Thank you for coming back. Mark Carrier, Vice Chair, AH&LA, and also President of BF Saul's Hospitality Division.
Yes.
And finally, Jim Abrahamson, President and CEO of Interstate, which is the largest hotel management company.
Correct. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. So let's start off with talking about some industry trends first that you're seeing. Who wants to dive in first?
Hey, this has been a great time in our industry because we're coming off of 5 straight years of RevPAR improvement, so revenue is definitely moving up. We're also seeing an expansion too. We're seeing an expansion of our business because we're seeing inbound international travel grow like never before. We're seeing the advent of the millennials taking their spot to travel, and of course Gen X now with families in addition to their corporate travel. We're seeing a generational shift right now, so it's a great time in our industry.
And I see you shaking your head in agreement there.
Well, we've actually never had this kind of a sustained growth in overall occupancy and demand, so the aggregate number of travelers is at record levels. So it has been a very healthy time over this last 4 to 5 years in the industry.
What is driving that?
Well, it's a combination of the business environment in the United States, domestic North America has improved. So that gives us a foundation for business travel. As Jim mentioned, we have a good number of inbound foreign travel coming in, traveling around, and then also a real generational change that we're seeing that plays right into travel as being a right of Americans and the desire to travel the country. So,
the other thing, Kara, that's driving it, not only is there great demand, unprecedented demand, as Jim and Mark referred to. There has never been a period in our history where there has been less supply growth than there has over the last few years. And while many people are worried about that supply catching up to growth periods in the past, it's still so subdued to where it was in the last cycle that a lot of people think that the cycle that we're in the middle of has a lot more room to run. Right.
That's exciting. It's an exciting time for the industry then, certainly.
It's been an exciting time for AH&LA. We, in those 2 years as the industry,
that's what I was just about to ask you.
Well, good.
You've had some massive growth.
Exactly. And it's a great time to tell this story, which is, in our 100-year history, right, more than double the membership of our highest point. So from 8,000 members to 23,000 members and growing.
What's driving that momentum, that specific
Great leadership.
Yes.
There you go.
I would tell
very
you,
nice.
Great officers.
Especially in the volunteer ranks, absolutely.
I think it's a focused agenda, a number of public policy priorities that are really, really important right now, surrounding workforce initiatives, online travel agencies, making sure that we have regulation over the illegal short-term online marketplace. Certainly here in New York is a hotbed of activity.
Right.
And I also think it is a real commitment that's coming across the industry from the leadership, whether it's brands, owners, management companies, independents, state associations. This industry understands it's time to align and move together and speak with one loud voice.
And I'm interested to get your perspective about those short-term rentals right now.
Well, when you mention short-term rentals, look, we're in the rental business ourselves, and then for years there have been legal operating short-term rentals, bed and breakfasts and others they're completely legal, shared rooms, shared accommodations. What our focus is on is illegal, non-licensed accommodations that are been promulgated by a variety of online resources.
Right.
Now, this is groups that are not playing by the same on the same playing field as it comes to taxes, regulations. There's also great safety and security issues that are faced by our customers. So we really believe in the safety and security of our customers, obviously. So we believe that this industry should be properly regulated, the illegal online companies. It should be very responsible, and we want to take care of our guests. So it's something where probably technology might have gotten ahead of what we think to be proper ways to manage all of this demand that's out there, really in the interest of our customers.
And it seems like that's something you were agreeing with, Jim.
I'm in agreement with Jim there. I mean, it's really a situation where the digitalization, mobilization of our lives have enabled technology really to get ahead of what we think as hotel keepers is a proper environment for guests. And there's actually a real need for these organizations to play by the rules that we do. We all invest very heavily in life safety systems, accommodations for our disabled guests, staffing and security to support the whole enterprise. And when you have alternative illegal accommodations that are really businesses, it's not, there's a very romantic notion of you're sleeping on the couch. That's not what we're concerned about. We're concerned about commercial enterprises that are renting out multiple units that are really illegal hotels. They're not really, again, the vision that many people have.
And that's something that even large hotel owners and smaller hotel owners, it's the same sort of challenge, I would imagine, right, for both. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I know that we want to talk a little bit about the exciting changes here to HX. And Katherine, I know that you're probably very happy to talk about them. As you look around this new show floor, what are your thoughts? Your face lights up. So
does it light up? Yes. Good. Well, I have to say, I'm 2.5 years into the job. And really starting 2 years ago and coming to this show, the feedback that we were getting loud and clear is that it was time for change, right? It was time for change, for energy, and to really increase the value. And so a great investment has been made, not only by us, but by our partners at New York City and New York State. And I have to say, I think it's paying dividends. The energy is high, the educational programming has been very, very strong. And I just look around at the whole new look and feel. It's apparent that we're on the right track.
From the moment we walk in, I mean, the red carpet just alone pops and really grabs you. We've all been coming, Jim and Mark and I have been coming to the show for probably 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And I've never seen more excitement, and I've never seen more excited the vendors. And I was just during the break over with some of the food and beverage that I'm dying to show you guys over in the corner. Some of the new food and beverage concepts that are here are just off the charts.
Right.
We had a couple big teams down here earlier today. I heard from one of the vendors a little while ago that's actually looking at the wine is one of my passions. Looking at this new Vinotech solution that they have in the corner to import into one of our new brand prototypes that we're building for our Wingate by Wyndham brand. But it's there's just great buzz.
And you can see and hear everything. Even as we're talking, we're overhearing people cheering, and I think it does. It sort of sets a tone that people want to check things out. Right. And there has been this emphasis on education and being more interactive. I know that you were in agreement
I'm
with
nodding away because I remember when I first came to the show, it was such an exciting thing as a college student back then. That's a long time ago. I didn't come by a horse, okay. I guarantee you. It was by a bus, though, or something. And I remember as a young person that real excitement of coming to this neat, nexus of the hotel industry. And then the buzz that's here now, it feels like a great sense of renewal. I know there's a whole commitment to the technology piece here that's really quite special, which is an important part of what's going on in our industry. So to me, it's great to see it renewed and it's such an exciting environment.
Yeah. If I'm hearing right, there's a buzz over at the wine bar. People are getting a buzz at the wine bar. I'm going to go there right after this interview.
Right. I don't blame you.
But seriously, though, this is when you come to an event like this, you realize that there are certain things that the internet just can't replace. People want to shop online, they want to look at things, they want to understand pricing. Coming to a show like this where you can physically get your hands on the product, you can interact with knowledgeable people, you can make an informed decision, you can look at how you're buying and how you can innovate your product. There is not another way to be able to accomplish that, and it's not online. So when I look around, I'm interested to see who the buyers are. And the floor is packed, seeing people that are very interested, they're buying here and making decisions about their business. And I think that's why this is an important marketplace.
Katherine, it seemed like you wanted to add to that.
I'm looking right behind you at HX Tech. That was one of the specific areas that the attendees said, we want a much stronger focus on technology, right? Not just in the product, but also in the programming. And I look over right now.
Well, and it's paying off because certainly we've been hearing that people are over there all the time
Right.
for shows and things like that. So when you can keep everybody on the show floor, I think it does make a huge difference.
No question about it. And in fact, these stages and others where I know we've had a great lineup of speakers will only help to add to that energy level.
Is this reflective of the changes that are happening in the industry right now?
No
Oh
question.
yeah.
Yeah, I think, we're seeing we've had, Katherine has had so much success attracting, and I'm just watching some of the folks that have become members of the AH&LA. PSAV has a great booth that we should all go visit. Ecolab, the guys in the suits that just walked by. To Jim's point, it really is all about relationships. Whether it's on the technology side with our partners on the brand side, whether it's Samsung or whether it's LG, whether it's on the food and beverage side or the FF&E side, these relationships here really are helping us at the AH&LA and are certainly important to us from a vendor and a supplier standpoint for our businesses to succeed.
Yeah, and I know whenever you go to a show like this, the buzz makes a big difference,
Sure.
Or you're walking down with your head up, or you're walking down and I got to get through it. And
Right.
this is exciting. And one of the great benefits, and I know all the partners, vendors that are here, they bring their A-team to interact with clients. So it's really an opportunity to learn, not just only in the programming, but by interfacing with the very many people and getting different perspectives around their products and what they're innovating. It's really it's a great experience.
Well, if you walk around this show floor with your head in your phone, you're going to miss something.
Yeah,
we can
exactly.
certainly tell you that. So we thank you all for being here. This has been a
Great.
great panel discussion. Thanks for making time with us here at HX
Our pleasure.
Studio. We're happy to have you all.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And thank you all for being here at the HX Studio. We'll see you again next time.